Hi and smiles everyone, it's Colleen here. So today I'm going to show you how I make homemade chalk paint. I find it is just as good as the commercial that you buy. I have some commercial right here. And this I'm using, the paint is acrylic paint that I use for this recipe. I know there is latex paint and people will use plaster Paris, I believe. And this here is more for those ordinary paints that we get and we use in our craft room for all kinds of things, right? So it is a very, very easy recipe. And so it basically, you take your paint and you want to use baby powder. But the key to the baby powder is make sure that talcum is the first ingredient listed on it. Because what it is about is the opaqueness of baby powder, which I'll show you here. It's quite opaque. So when you rub it on, right, it is quite opaque. And that's what you want. Baking soda, you don't get that opaqueness. Baking powder, those types of things are not as good because the baby powder has more opaqueness to it. So I'm going to show you a sample, for instance. This is with the baking soda, and this one is with the baking powder, and you can or baking powder, baby powder, and you can really see the difference, right, of the coverage. And it's all about the opaqueness in the baby powder, I found. And like I said, the most important part about it is make sure that you look at the ingredients and your first ingredient is talcum. Sometimes that's all there is. They don't add anything really more than talcum. Okay, so I will show you how I mix this up, and it is very, very easy. What you basically start with is I'm just using this white paint. Now the other thing is you can do this to any color of paint that you may desire to use as a chalk paint. So you basically take 1 part, so I'm using a teaspoon here, 1 part paint is what I'm using. So if you wanted to bake a bigger batch than I'm making, you can use a tablespoon, 1/2 cup, whatever you would prefer to do. And then you just take equal parts of your baking powder. And that's where I begin. Sometimes I find that I might have to add a little bit of paint, more paint, because it might be a little too thick, but then I just add it slowly to this mixture. Okay. So then all I'm going to do from here is mix it together. I ended up getting this little tiny spoon and from the Dollar Tree, and oh my goodness, it's actually for makeup things, but has it ever came in handy in my craft room. I was thinking of using it for, when I bought it, it was like for glitter and things like that, because it's a tiny, tiny spoon. But then I ended up, I use it a lot for a mixing spoon for things like this. So then you just make sure that you mix it very well. And it doesn't take that long, but I like to mix it so it's nice and smooth like you would get if you bought it. And this is just a small amount, but generally I'll make up a big batch. And then all you have to do is take a jar, a sealed jar, and you can store it in there and it will last for a long time in your jar, as long as it's sealed really well. Okay, so there you go. Now we have white chalk paint. And that's as simple as it is. I wanted to show you, because glass is one of the, it's so smooth, it's one of the toughest elements to paint over and to get a nice coverage, right? And if you used ordinary paint, it would take you many layers to get it completely into the white. And all I did was this glass one here. All I did here is I put on my homemade, which is this one, and that is one coat of the homemade chalk paint. And then this one here that I had bought from Folk Art, sorry, that is this one right here, and that is one layer of paint also. And as you can see, I think I almost got a better coverage with my homemade chalk paint than I did with the commercial one. Like, I will have to go over this again, and if I had been a little more careful when I was doing this, I might have only had to put one on, but I will go over it and smooth out. It goes on quite nicely. I have a few streaks in it, but I think it was more, and they're both a little streaky, but I think it's more, I wasn't using my best brush when I did that. I just wanted to put both on here so I could show you guys what it looked like in the end. So I'm going to continue, and I'm going to paint this, and I'm going to make some candle holders. I think what I will, with the white paint on, I think that'll look really pretty, and then maybe accent it with some black acrylic paint. But that's all there is to it, guys. And like I said, it's all I used was ordinary paint, acrylic paint, that you can get at any craft store or dollar store. Paints like that you can use this recipe with. So I hope that was helpful, and that you will give it a try, because it really is a money saver for sure. And like I said, you're not sacrificing anything. You get wonderful coverage with it. So I hope I inspired you today with this. And this was a viewer's request. A couple of viewers wanted to know how I did mine. So I want you all to have a lovely day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's going to continue to help make my channel grow. And if you have any comments, or perhaps there's a video you would like me to make, please put it down in the comments and press that like button, because that also will help my channel to grow. And I would love interacting with you guys. I would like to do more and more of that. So you all have a great day and a crafty kind of day, and we will see and talk to you soon. Bye for now.